Hey everybody, happy day 2 for spring or word sprint spring challenge, word sprints challenge. Oh my goodness, day 2. So this, if you are new to it and you're like, what in the world is the word sprint challenge? We are running a 5-day challenge currently right now, but you can jump in anytime. I have put the link for you down below if you are on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, the link is probably above me. But I have a Facebook group that I've been running for a while that is Word Sprint Challenge Facebook group. And I actually started this group a couple of years ago with this exact challenge. And it's basically a challenge to try out and experiment with different writing sprint times, different break times, and different times of day so that you can kind of discover your sweet spot for writing sprints. So that means some of us write really well in 10-minute sprints. And some of us, 10 minutes, you can't even get your brain going in 10 minutes. Some people can write for a full hour and get a ton out of it and feel really good about an hour. And some of us, when after 20 minutes, we start to get tired and we need to get up and stretch our legs. So every writer is different and there is no one size fits all for everybody. So like I said, some people 10 minutes, some people 25, some people an hour and a half, and then they need an hour break in between. So it's really all about figuring out your personal individual sweet spot. So I have come up with a 5-day challenge, and I know many of you have already started it. We started yesterday with a challenge to do 3 10-minute sprints with a 5-minute break in between. And just for those of you who are not familiar with what a sprint is, this is based on the pomodoro method, which is a productivity method where you set a timer for a specific number of minutes. In yesterday's case, it was 10 minutes, and you focus only on your task for those 10 minutes. You can use this for cleaning. You can use this for writing emails or for getting your blog posts done, for getting videos done. But I love to use it for writing. And I first discovered this through NaNoWriMo years and years ago, 10, 11, 12 years ago, when I first started NaNoWriMo, because it's something people with Nano do a lot. And it totally transformed my writing because I found that I can sit down and do anything for 20 minutes. Like if I want to build up that writing habit, it's a way of sort of turning off that inner editor and saying, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write for 20 minutes. I can do it. And then I can be done for the day if I need to. But it really does make a difference what your personal sweet spot is. So for you, it might be 15 minutes. I'm seeing some people, at least over here on YouTube, are mentioning their sweet spot times. So somebody said, let's see, I saw somebody mention it a little bit ago. Oh no, Dakota, I'm sorry you're homesick. I like the shorter sprints, but 25 minutes works well for me too. Laura said, I flip-flopped yesterday and today and was shocked this morning that earlier and 10-minute sprints was actually good for me. And I think that this is kind of the point of giving it a try and experimenting with different times, because a lot of times we tend to say, well, I know I'm a morning writer and, you know, you've tried 20-minute sprints before and they work out pretty well. And so you think 10 minutes will never be good for you, or you're not going to do well at night. But when you give yourself over to the process of experimentation, sometimes you can find out that, wow, I actually do write more words in the morning in 10-minute sprints than if I try to write late at night, even though I think that's when I got, you know, the best time for myself. So even if you think, you know, well, this is definitely my sweet spot, this kind of experimentation and challenge can help you. So of course, this doesn't have to be the only writing you do throughout the day. For some of you, we're live here at 3 p.m. Eastern on my time, but it could also be that for some of you, it's already, you know, 10 o'clock at night and you've done your sprinting. So write with us again. We are going to run through 2 writing sprints today. And so here's how it will work is I'm going to start a timer and I'm going to share my screen. We do this often in the Facebook group, which is linked for you down below if you're on YouTube. If you're in the Facebook group, you're also watching this live because I'm live in both places right now. But we do run double down days and we run virtual writing retreats. athletes in this group. And this is just a free Facebook group for everybody to come join in. And it's a really cool community to be a part of. There's over, I think, 2,400 of us now in there. Hey, JC. Yeah, it's, oh my goodness, Library of Adventures. It's 4 a.m. here. So are you in New Zealand or Australia maybe? Oh my goodness. You're up late or very early, one or the other. Angela says, join the group, join the group. Yes, the group is really amazing. And I'm not telling you that just because it's like my group, but it's like, it's taken on a life of its own. And we have some incredible admins of the group that do sprints. Angela is someone who runs sprints for us as well in the mornings. And we run sprints in the group. Some people run their sprints over here on YouTube. And it's just a great community and it's wonderful to be a part of. And you'll get more writing done. And sometimes when we're running live sprints, you're going to see like, okay, I'm going to be running 25-minute sprints. When we do the virtual retreats and things, it's okay to set your own timer and check in when you feel like it, rather than doing just our regular sprints that everybody else is doing. So JC said, is this a different group than the Coven? So Sarra Cannon's Coven is actually my Facebook group for fans of my books. I do have a lot of writers joining that group, which is fine. But I just have noticed lately there's a lot of writers that don't read my books that are joining into that group. But if you're a writer and you really want to be in a group of writers and not necessarily a group of fans, then come join this group. So this is my like Heart Breathings focused Facebook group, and it's called the Heart Breathings Word Sprint Challenge. I might actually change the name of the group because like I mentioned yesterday, I only expected the group to be there for a short period of time when we were doing the challenge the first time, and it just, people were being so active there, we kept it going. But anyway, that is where you should be if you're a writer. Definitely come and join the Word Sprint Challenge. And I'm probably just going to change it to the Heart Breathing Sprinting Group or something like that, so it doesn't have the word challenge in it. Also, just wanted to mention that several of you asked about this sheet that I mentioned yesterday. So this new monthly Word Sprints tracker is a freebie for anyone who participates in the challenge or for anyone who's on my mailing list. And I did not put it into the resource library yet. So I have rectified that issue and it is in there now. So if you want to set this up for February, you can. It gives you space to write 5 sprints a day. And then you have a chance to write how much you wrote today total, and then what's your monthly total. So it's just, there are several word sprint trackers in there. So definitely go check it out. Now it is there. If you were looking for it, I apologize that it was not there yesterday. I was expecting to just put it in as a freebie at the end of the challenge, but so many people asked about it. I'm like, why did I not put it in there? Let's put it in there now. I want to be in any Sarra Cannon group. Thank you so much for saying that. That really makes me happy. And I will not change it, you guys, because I think that it is a really good group and we're going to keep it going and we are going to continue on with sprints. And if you join us in that group, there is going to be a double down day coming up this weekend where we're going to be basically running live sprints all throughout the day. So it's not just 1 hour. It's going to be like probably 8 to 10 hours worth of writing sprints. So definitely come join that. And actually tonight, I think, I don't have it written down, but if you are ever looking for when the writing sprints are going on in that group, just go to the banner image for the group and you'll see the times of the sprints and what days. But we are going to actually start writing today. We're going to write together. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and open up your document. It could be on your phone. It could be that you're handwriting. It doesn't matter, but open up your document. Thank you, Angela. Lisa is doing sprints. Thank you, Joanne, too. Lisa, who is amazing, is running sprints tonight at 7 p.m. EST for 3 full hours. And she does this every single Tuesday night. So definitely come join us. There's Rhiannon. So there is another one of our amazing admins, and she often runs our night owl sprints. So you guys will see her tomorrow. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. And anybody who wants to run sprints, then please come volunteer with us. We would love to have you running sprints in the group and keeping things going. Because what I find is not only is sprints transformative, where you can really focus in and then take a break and then focus in again and take a break, it's also extremely helpful to have a group of people that are sprinting with you, because it's just that extra accountability, that extra motivation, the extra positive energy when you just don't feel like it. If you know Lisa is there waiting and she's going to be sprinting, then it really is helpful to say, okay, I'm going to go sprint with her, or I'm going to go sprint with Rhiannon or Kyan or whoever happens, Angela, whoever happens to be running sprints for the time. So it's really good. So Mizelle71 says, remember to save your work. I lost part of yesterday's sprint. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Amy asked, will there be a virtual retreat in February? And the answer is yes. So we will have a double down day and a virtual retreat, which is a 3-day retreat there in the group every single month this year. I have already set up all of the dates for it. So I'll probably post something there in the files section that has all the dates, but it will be, I can't read it from here, but it's the third weekend. I keep messing up my space here. It's the third weekend in February, and it's double down day is always the first weekend of the month, first Saturday of the month. And then the virtual retreat is always the third weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if anybody wants to spit out those dates, let me know. Hi, Rachel. Welcome, welcome. All right. So we're going to write for 25-minute sprints. This is your afternoon stretch challenge. And I know that it's not necessarily afternoon for everyone, but if you haven't gotten your writing in today, go ahead and get it in, or at least write with us, or you can watch this on the replay when it's your time. But I want to go ahead and get us started with the writing. So what we're going to do is I've got this tomato timer pulled up. This is just a web-based tomato timer, pomodoro timer. You can get apps on your phone that work just as well. This is a super simple one that you can grab online. It's just on a, thank you guys for doing that. That's the dates for the retreat. It's just tomato-timer.com. And it's one that you can pull up and you can say how many sprints you want to do. So I have us set to 2 sprints with a 10-minute break in between. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start this timer, and then I'm going to mute my microphone so you can listen to your own music. You can have total silence, and you can write however you want. I know some people do like the click clack of the keys, but for those who want silence, I'm going to mute my microphone, and we are going to focus and write for 25 minutes. Then when the timer goes off, I'll unmute my mic about 30 seconds or a minute before the timer goes off. And when the timer goes off, we have a 10-minute break where I'll talk again, and you can let me know how your word count went. How did it feel to be writing? All of that. And then it will just automatically roll into a second 25-minute sprint. So we might be here a little bit longer than an hour as we finish up that second sprint, but let's get to it. So open up your document. It could be a Word document, wherever it is that you prefer to write, or whatever you've been working on. If you are editing and you are not yet ready to start writing, maybe try picking a short story prompt, or just Googling real quick, what would be a writing prompt that I could write for 25 minutes, or pick a random scene from a future book that you want to write, or an idea you want to explore. But here we go. All right. So 25 minutes on the clock. I will start it up and it will automatically finish at 25 with a 10-minute break in between. So let's get writing, you guys. And just remember, this is not in any way a comparison. Like, it doesn't matter if you end up writing 200 words or 2,000 words. It's all about just the fact that you showed up, and everyone has their own process. So don't judge your process. Don't let it bring you down if other people get more words or less words or faster words. Emma Louise, I have already done my sprints, but I will take part in another. It's always good to get a few more sprints in. So let's get started. All right, 25 minutes on the clock, and I will see you after. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sprint has started. Happy writing. Okay, that is our timer. I'm going to have to tell them to turn down the TV. Could you guys hear that in here? I don't know if you could or not. Oh, my banner still says 5-minute break. Hold on. Can I edit this? 10-minute break. How did your writing time go? We are getting there. All right. So basically, if you join our writing sprints group, the way that we run things is, yeah, you can hear the TV. I had a feeling. I was like, why? My son just got home from school. So he basically spent that whole sprint talking to me. This is another thing that you will learn about writing sprints is try to inform your family. This is why I typically don't do writing sprints during this time of the afternoon when my son is just getting home from school, because he tends to want to catch up and that kind of thing. So for me, I've found that morning times are better, but I also want you guys during this 5-day challenge to really give it a try and see when is the best time for you. Maybe you'll think, oh, this would be a great time. And then you find out that there's tons of distractions and you can't get it done. So it's good to really keep that stuff in mind. So our timer is counting down. By the time it gets to the end of the 10-minute break, it will be time to start a new one. So I highly recommend that you use some kind of timer like this, where it will auto start your breaks and auto start your writing time. Because what I find with sprints is that if I don't have a timer like this that keeps going and rolling through, what happens is the 25 minutes is over and I say, I'm going to take a 10-minute break. So I set a timer for 10 minutes. And then when the 10 minutes is up, because the new timer for writing hasn't started yet, I tend to extend my breaks and I'll end up taking 30 minutes and then it's hard to get back in. So definitely try finding a timer that auto starts so that when that timer goes, you're writing. Like there's no more talking, there's no more chit chatting. It's time to go. I'm seeing lots of really good words coming in and people seeing what they've got going. So 415 words for Callie. 358. Wow, cat flies. Good job. 478 for Rhiannon and 460 for Joanne. 266 for Amanda. And let us know. So 277 for Nels Bookish Ways. I did a bit of editing, but proud of that. That is a good one. 292 for Karen. So pay attention to yourself. If you have downloaded the Sprints Challenge, let me pull this up a little bit better. The workbook, you have a place here to mark it, but you don't have to use the workbook. You can use just any place that you have in your notebook or your planner to make sure that you say how many words you got done in this 25-minute sprint. Because what we're going to do starting on day 4 to get toward what your sweet spot is you're going to need to calculate your average words per minute. So you're going to need 2 main pieces of information. How long did you sprint? So for that time, we sprinted for 25 minutes. And how many words did you get? So then we'll use math. And you didn't know you were going to use math as a writer, but we will use math to figure out what your words per minute is, because you might find that your words per minute is actually better for 20-minute sprints than it is for 25-minute sprints, even though you would think it would be better if you did a longer sprint, but it's not always the case. So yes, 134 words for Hanish. And let's see, another chapter edited, good 25 minutes. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye, Tammy. 270, not the best, but I'm back into my Nano project. I saw, Rachel, that you said earlier, I haven't written since Nano. So hopefully this will be a good kick in the rear to start working again. And 544 for Kat, 497 for Tasha. You guys are doing great. 497. Whoa, some kind of weird mind meld between Tasha and Aline. 593 for Linda. I'm astounded. And that is the thing, is like sometimes you don't even know how much you can do. Back when I was just allowing myself to write, and not setting a timer, it might take me an hour and a half to write 500 words because I'm just kind of meandering through. I'm typing really slow. I'm thinking through every little thing. And then once I discovered writing sprints, it was like, oh, for 25 minutes, I can focus and try to not stop writing. And for some reason, it just allows your brain to really zero in. As long as you don't have the distractions like kids and noise and other things like that. I think George did turn the TV down, but I'm also going to get up in a second and shut the door so that hopefully you guys can't hear it. So my kids and partner only ever speak to me when I want to sprint. And that is so true. You need to get a little like banner or a sign or something that says, oh, look, Nell's Bookish Ways. I close my door and holler, I'm in writing mode. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'm sorry you guys could hear it. I did pretty good, 400 plus words. I think that's amazing. Kikimora 392 and Jolene got 472. So again, this is not to compare yourself with anyone else, but is really to just compare yourself between how many words did you get in 10 minutes and how many words did you get in 25, and keep that data throughout the week. And when we get to day 4, I'm going to go live again on day 4 on Thursday, and I'm going to explain how to calculate your words per minute. But you got to have this data, which means you need to know how many minutes you sprinted and how many words you got. So definitely keep track of it, even if you didn't download this. If you're looking for where do I get this Word Sprint Challenge tracker, it is free to everybody who joins my mailing list. And like I mentioned yesterday, I know that some people are like, I don't want to join a mailing list. So if you want to, you can join the list and you can leave it immediately if you want. Just grab the resources and head out, or you can email me, Sarah@heartbreathings.com, and I will just send it to you. But it is a pretty good mailing list that lets you know when I've got new stuff coming out and new videos every week. 608, Anna Mary, just owning it with those large word counts. Hey, Christy, got a rough draft done for my blurb since I finished my words early this morning during my sprint challenge time. Yes, a lot of people switched yesterday and today. And I think next time we run this challenge, we will, not math. Exactly, Amy. We will probably do the early morning one on a different day because that's probably not the best way to start. And I didn't even think about it. Miss Zombie, this was helpful. I'll be joining from now on. Having a group really helps. It really does help. And we will be sprinting again tomorrow. We're going to do afternoon or / evening sprints. Tomorrow's challenge is the Night Owl Challenge, and I wrote it down. So tomorrow is 15-minute sprints. So you're going to compare, how does it feel? Let me know in the comments if you started to feel like 25 minutes, you were already starting to wander. It was too long of a stretch. You were already starting to have to really think about it. For me, I find the words usually come pretty quickly at the very beginning, and then I get into a flow. But by the time I'm getting into 25 minutes, I'm ready to start and take a break a little bit, because if I've been actually writing that full 25 minutes, I start to get diminishing returns and everything goes really slowly. Whereas if I take a little break, think about what I'm writing next, I can get back into flow pretty quickly. So yeah, I had a feeling we were going to get some comments. 25 was a bit longer and I had to force the words out in the end. And somebody else also agrees 25 was too long for me. I love sprints online because it's like having coworkers. I agree, Brooke. I think that is so true. So we've got 2 minutes left, but tomorrow's sprints are going to be at 8 p.m. So I will set up another what do you call it? Just like a placeholder for this, so that you guys can sign up for reminders if you want. But tomorrow's sprints will be 15 minutes instead of 25 minutes, and it's going to be at 8 p.m. Because we're going to try night owl times. And again, I know that doesn't work for everybody, but if you want to, you can replay sprints at any time. Or if you're in the Facebook group, you can always tell people, hey, I'm in the UK, anybody else sprinting tonight? And even though it's afternoon for us in the US, it's evening for you. And you can find lots of people because there's people in that group that are literally from all over the world. So 15-minute sprints with a 5-minute break in between. That's tomorrow. And you're supposed to do it anytime, basically after dinner, but before you go to bed. So for you, that could be 8 p.m. For some people, it could be it could be 1 a.m. Yeah, I know that is going to be pretty late for you, Rana, but you can always watch the replay for sure. Kiki Mora says, I can write for 5 hours straight. In the spring, I discovered that I can do so every day for 20 days straight. That is incredible. I cannot write for 5 hours straight. That is a little bit. I did try during the NaNoWriMo diaries to write more like that, but I have to break it into chunks and then I have to take breaks. But that's why we said everybody is a little bit different. So I was slowing down at the end. 20 25 minutes, it allowed me to catch up. 20 is usually it for me. So everybody is different. And as you can see, some people are like, oh, just terrible. That's too long. And other people are like, yes, that is a sweet spot for me. Or like Kiki Moore, I could go for a lot longer than that. So find your sweet spot. That's what this is all about. And as you see that timer counting down, we've got 9 seconds, and it's just going to go straight into one more 25-minute sprint. And then we will sign out for the day. So let's get it. I'm going to mute my microphone, and I will see you guys in 25 minutes. Okay, you guys, we've got our timer is off, and you'll see it started another sprint, but I'm going to turn that off. That was the last one. How did it go? How did it go? So basically, if you are just new to sprints, hopefully this has given you an idea of how sprints go. But I just thought after sprinting with so many of you for so long, it would be a fun experiment to basically try to go back and figure out what are really going to be the best time sprints and that sort of thing. So yes, so I keep the sprints, tend to keep everything muted so that you guys can't hear the kids and everything else. And even though the typing and things like that can be a little ASMR-ish for some people, I know that it can be distracting for others. So I tend to just mute it. So I do see some words coming in, and yes, some people are going to watch this on replay for sure. And you can always come back and watch any of the sprints that we do in our group as well. There's Lisa. So Little Forest Homes is another one of our admins, and she will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So definitely go and join her if you get a chance. 20-minute sprint because she got groceries in. So let's see, 673 for Emma Louise, 200 less than my words this afternoon, but it is in the evening. Yeah. So Karen got 310. Just make sure as you're going through this process that you mark down how long you sprinted. So 25 minutes, and then how many words you got, because like I said, later in the week, we're going to use all of that information to calculate. And it's fine if you do more than just the 2 sprints. If you're in a groove, keep going, just keep recording your process. Oh, Nels Bookish Way says 860. This is my second day trying sprints and I'm in love. It really is transformative when you get sprints for the first time. 523 for Joanne and 412 for Kiki Mora. 1400 this time, got restless halfway through and had to get back into it. 18 minutes seems to be a sweet spot. And that is such a great just piece of information to have. What is your sweet spot? It's going to be different for everybody. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. 459 for Michelle, 288 for Von Nepsa. Personally, I like 25 minutes of John without music or typing sounds. Yeah. So that's why I do the muting, because I figure if you want sounds, you can play your own music or whatever, but that way everybody kind of is able to participate. So 769 for Alexandra. That's incredible. 25 minute sprints were best for me, but I was fast and efficient on the 10-minute sprints. I'm shocked. That is exactly why we're doing this. And I'm so happy to hear that, because it is so important. And I did see Anna had said something about this is not the right combo for me. And so Facebook user here is saying afternoons are not the best time for me, but 731 is still a really good chunk of words. So this also will train you and teach you that even if, like, sometimes in my past, I have felt like if I don't have 2 hours to sit down and write, then I'm not going to get anything accomplished. And it becomes this sort of self-sabotage way of looking at writing of, okay, if I can't have the whole afternoon to really focus, then I can't get anything. But then once you start using sprints, you start to realize, okay, if you just have that 25 minutes before you start cooking dinner, or just sit down for 10 minutes before bed, you can make sure that you develop a writing habit, even with very little time available. 377 for Rhiannon. The dog, the kid and dogs were at me. I hear you. 623 for round 2, but slowed down for the last 5 minutes. And we're waiting for that timer to go off. Yeah. So that maybe means that 25 minutes are a little bit too long. So tomorrow we're going to try 15-minute sprints. And for some of you, that's going to be like, that's not long enough. But for some of you, it's going to be a sweet spot. Tasha 757, 193 that time. Good job, Kat. 962, more than I'd expect. Yep. Sarah shocked at her number, over 1,000 in 25 minutes. That's when you know that it's flowing, when you're shocked at how big that number is compared to usually. 642, my second sprint is usually better than the first. Eileen, you changed your picture. Normally the afternoon isn't good for me, but this has been great. So yeah, I sometimes, sometimes it's just the group. Sometimes it's the longer break in between. So if you've only ever tried 5-minute breaks, maybe you need 10 minutes to get your brain back into go mode, and you need that sort of quiet time for yourself, or you need to walk around for 10 minutes. So definitely experiment. So tomorrow we are going to, I'm not going to pull out everybody, but tomorrow we're going to do 3 15-minute sprints with a 5-minute break in between. So I will be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's going to be probably not a time. I'll answer that in a second. That's probably not a time for those of you who are maybe overseas. You could do morning times, but if you're in the UK or Europe, I know that's not going to be a good time for you. But go ahead and get your sprints in before my time tomorrow, and go ahead and make sure that you're marking them down. But it's just a good idea to go ahead and try to set your own timers. Stick with the timer that I have given you. Like, you've got the 10 minutes the first day, 25 minutes today, 15 minutes tomorrow. And then on Thursday, it's going to be kind of like dealer's choice, writer's choice. And you're going to get a chance. Like, I saw some people saying, no, 45 minutes is better for me. But some people are going to be like, I want to try 5-minute sprints and that kind of thing. So why don't you try on Thursday, giving yourself something you've never tried before? Okay, I've never tried to go for a full hour. I don't know how that would feel. Maybe I would love it. So you're going to get a chance to do that later. So yes, this is it's a little carnival with Hello Kitty. This was part of the Loot Crate, the Sanrio Loot Crate a few months ago. And I just think it's so cute. You've got all the characters, Batsamaru and Kuropi and Pom Pom Purin and the little twin stars and everything. I just love it. It's so, so cute. So Evelyn said, is tomorrow's sprint's going to be streamed on YouTube as well? So yes. So I'm going to keep going all week. I'll be live every day. So tomorrow I'll be live at 8 p.m. for an hour, live here on YouTube and in the Facebook group. And then on Thursday, I think Thursday and Friday both, I'm live at 3 p.m. So we'll be sprinting, I think. I did not write it down on this sheet. So if anybody has it in front of you, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I'm going live at 3 on Thursday again for an hour of sprints. And then on Friday, I'm going live at 3, but that will not be for sprints. That's just to kind of give a little wrap up of how the week went and what we can do to kind of finish up the writing sprint challenge. And then don't forget that on Saturday in the Facebook group only, we will be doing a double down day. We do it the first Saturday of every single month, where all of our admins are going live for an hour or two throughout the day, and you can be challenged to get double your normal daily word count. And a lot of people end up getting like 5,000 words or more on those double down days. So I would love for you to join us for sure. Thank you guys so much for being here. I super appreciate it. This has been really fun. And if you enjoy having these live sprints over here on YouTube as well, I know not everybody has Facebook. So if you've enjoyed having these live sprints over here, just let me know. Make sure that you leave a thumbs up here on YouTube and let me know for sure. But if you are like, whoa, what was this challenge? I didn't get a chance to sign up. You can still sign up. And when you sign up, you can just go through it as you want. So if you sign up for the emails, you won't be on our schedule where we started day 1 on Monday, but you can just run your own schedule and still go through the challenge and still join our group if you'd like to. But yeah, this was really fun. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Woo. Also, if you didn't know, I am live. I have a second YouTube channel that is youtube.com/Sarra Cannon. That's more for my fans, so to speak. And that is something I'm doing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday over on youtube.com/Sarra Cannon. We're gearing up to start reading my original story, The Witch's Door. And I see a lot of familiar names. So I know some of you are already joining me there. So you can join me on that channel at 4 p.m. or you can join me here on this channel or in this Facebook group at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So JC says, I've requested to join the Facebook group, so I'm going to join you there and sprint with us more there. Definitely do. So Evelyn said, is the schedule posted somewhere? I didn't post it here on YouTube, but it is posted in the Facebook group and it's in the email sequence, but I will post it to the community tab. So for the rest of the week, I will go ahead after we're done right now, and I'll post it there to the community tab so that you can see it there as well here on YouTube. I didn't even think to post it here. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I will see you again tomorrow. Happy writing. I hope you got some good words in today and learned a little bit more about what your writing sweet spot is. And I will see you all tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.